She tweeted on Juneteenth on brand, as Candace Owens should do on the grounds that as a person of color, she's must kick individuals of color. You understand what I'm talking about. She, as an individual of color, Candace Owens, needs to come on Twitter via virtual entertainment on her foundation, somehow or another shape or frame, and incite dark people to be distraught at her. I was Bill Simmons, who shares girls Aoki, 20 and 23-year-old Ming, with his ex Kimora Lee Simmons, has seemed to apologize after both Aoki and her kid mother openly called him out for truly harming his more youthful little girl. So what was the story behind this? That alls we will figure out in this video. Obviously, before I spill anything, ensure first that you buy into our channel and hit that warning ringer for additional updates and recordings like this. Presently, we should bounce in on Monday. Kimura, who finished her 11-year union with Russell back in 2009, facilitated a progression of messages on Instagram blaming her ex for wrongdoing, as did Harvard graduate Aoki. The television star not just blamed Russell for undermining their children lives, yet in addition let her supporters know that her little girl has been taking crisis drug each time she addresses her dad, a case Aoki upheld on her own virtual entertainment page. I believe that was exceptionally extreme for them, that their father sort of removed them and cut off the discussion and cut off assisting them. And he's even expressed things to them with loving. For what reason did you set off for college? You shouldn't have set off for college. You squandered that cash. You might have saved it. While I'm up here attempting to hustle the children past the end goal, Gamora additionally transferred a muffled FaceTime call among Russell and Aoki in which he seemed, by all accounts, to be yelling at his girl while she looked apparently vexed. I'm so sorry to need to do this. Yet this man has been compromising my children's lives. I'm hearing quite a lot more now. We will not be harassed, undermined, or apprehensive. Kimura composed toward the start of the week. She added, nobody ought to live like this, nobody's kid, not oak the dangers, not oak the manipulation through scare tactics, not oak. Hours after the fact, Russell posted a photograph of Aoki and Ming close by an extensive subtitle in which he was sorry for being disappointed and shouting he composed God is trying you somewhat. Its oak areas of strength for B are called developing agonies. As you most likely are aware, we develop through misfortune and battle. You read my books and heard me teach your entire youth. Russell went on, arrive at back to old illustrations and make sure to recollect grin and inhale, grin and inhale, assuming you're having a lost outlook on this news. For what reason don't we go on an outing through a world of fond memories? Here's a breakdown of Russell Simmons' Dad's Day fight, including ex Kimora Lee and their little girls Ming and Aoki. The Simmons family wound up enveloped with a family quarrel that all went down on Father's Day 2023. Russell Simmons and his ex Kimora Lee Simmons were at the focal point of the debate, which included their girls Ming and Aoki, whom they invited together in 2000 and 2002 separately following an Instagram post transferred by Ming on June 18th. The Def Jam account's leader erupted in an obscure message on his own page one day after the fact that wound up earning a ton of consideration for uncovering a portion of their family. Show Kimura, who met Russell as a high schooler during New York Style Week in 1992, wedded him in 1998, and separated from him in 2006, came to Ming and Aoki's safeguard, sharing a progression of presents. Her Instagram story on back up their claims against their dad. I have not done anything to him. Whatever he says that we've done is as they didn't call me. When I said call, they didn't post an image of me on Instagram for my birthday, like we have just gone to class. And avoid grandmother, the mom. 5 additionally blamed Russell for being frightful to the ladies. In his day-to-day existence, 18 ladies have recently blamed Simmons for horrendous wrongdoing. He denies all allegations on Mother's Day. Kimura opened up to individuals about the difficulties of nurturing solo. I'm a single parent of 5 children, and I know how hard it tends to be, she recently said. I know how that feels like to bring up your children and get up each day and possibly care about them. She proceeded with it. Doesn't make any difference assuming that you're rich and popular. Toward the day's end, you're a mother. Or you're a cousin, you're an aunt, you're a relative, you're a local area individual, a guardian. You're simply there, attempting to make everything meet up, notwithstanding Aoki and Ming Kimura. Is mother to child Kenzo with ex-Digimon Hansu, So Dunwolf with alienated spouse Tim Leisner, and child Gary, whom she embraced in 2020 when he was 10. Here's beginning and end. You want to be aware of the Simmons family Father's Day quarrel. When did the Simmons family show start? The Simmons family dramatization started June 18th, when Ming Lee wished her mom Kimora Lee a cheerful Dad's Day, and didn't recognize Russell on her presently erased Instagram stories. This apparently set off her dad in view of the series of posts that followed. How did Russell Simmons answer Ming Lee's Dad's Day post? One day subsequent to Ming's recognition for her mom was posted. The Def Jam account's Prime supporter shared a post to his own Instagram story on June 19th that seemed to address his family without calling anybody out by name. The picture highlighted a dark foundation with white message that read, "Quit telling dads they ought to have battled more earnestly to see their kids, and begin asking moms for what reason he needed to battle it all." He circled back to a second slide. It highlighted a statement which read, "The dad you have is the ideal dad for the development of your spirit and the examples that you expected to learn in this lifetime." Did Aoki Lee answer Russell Simmons' obscure post not long after Russell presented the secretive messages on his Instagram story on June 19? Aoki, who just moved on from Harvard, supported her mother and sister, posting a video of Russell seeming to holler at her over acknowledgement to her Instagram page. She subtitled it, "This isn't somebody who will acknowledge. Help, this is only one screen recording, sorry. I don't necessarily make sure to squeeze record when he calls my companions my sweetheart. Anybody to be able to undermine and revile and go off the deep end." She additionally shared screen captures of instant messages among her and her dad to her Instagram story, which have since been erased, where she said he'd badger her sweetheart and companions in the event that she rejected him or took some space in another string posted online by Aoki messages, which are deduced to be Russell. However, his name isn't shown, suggest Kimora has taken cash and the affection for my children, as she guaranteed Aoki answers, "I won't ever address you until you kick the bucket." Don't say that again. Individuals who were perceptibly missing was their father and Mr. Simmons in a different extended message to Russell. Aoki composed, "Each time I addressed you would shout and shout about a legitimate circumstance that I couldn't in fact answer. Since I'm not involved, I'm your kid, not your attorney, your ex, any of it. I cannot do anything you shout at me like it's my shortcoming." She additionally addressed the chance of psychological maladjustment. "A few of us truly do believe he's deranged or encountering something like dementia." She composed over a mournful photograph of herself. "He truly behaves like he detests and doesn't have the foggiest idea about his youngsters." Habitually, Aoki portrayed how Russell used to be the best father ever, preceding his immediate issues. He was actually the best father ever and an incredible co-parent. "He and my mother were dearest companions." She composed, "We as a whole protected him against anything. And afterward he unexpectedly turned on any individual who will allow him to suddenly erupt. It's a simply startling change."